Good evening, everybody. Chris and Tiffany here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to this week's live video. I tried to get Tiffany to do the intro tonight. So you can do it? She said, nope. Refuse. Absolutely no. But we are here. We are ready to talk cruising, all kinds of stuff. We've got a spot of bad news, unfortunately, this week.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. So
We have Boss Pupa in the house. He says, howdy, y'all.
welcome.
Hika's here. She's coming to us live from Costco.
Live from Costco.
Hey, they have some good Halloween Disney merchandise there. So
That is exactly what Tiffany wanted to know. She says, I heard they have Disney merchandise at Costco.
For Halloween, yes. Tara's here. Hello, everyone. Attila the Fun. Hi, y'all. I'm here this time. Ray's here. Good evening from Nag's Head. Shika says, hello, everyone.
From Costco.
From Costco. I love it. Hey.
I do too. We've never been, I've never known for us to be playing in a Costco before. So that's a step up in the world.
Yeah.
That is a step up. But it is awesome to have everybody here. It's been a relatively quiet week. Unfortunately, the wonderful heat has come roaring back into Texas. Last week we had such a great week. It rained like every day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Temperatures stayed low. I mean, it was hot, and all kinds of places were way hotter than we were. And boy, it's come back with a vengeance this week.
Nellie says, Nellie's here. She says, hi, everyone. We went to IKEA, and the dresser has been interesting to put together. Those usually are.
There's a reason why I've never taken you to IKEA, and there it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't need a dresser. We have one in the shed, but yeah.
Yeah, some assembly required my backside when it comes to IKEA.
Sitting on a couch display waiting for husband to finish shopping. That's the way to do
it. Usually that's me. I try to wait in the truck. She's like, you want to go in? I'm like, no, I do not. Because every time I go in, she makes me push the cart around so she can shop.
Yes.
I'm the official cart pusher.
You like that, though.
And then I have to push her purse.
I try to push the cart, and you tell me that's my job.
Yeah, because I have to look like I'm doing something in the store. Now I lost my train of thought. God, I got to stop doing that.
Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel. Completely lost my train of thought. All right. So, unfortunately, though, I guess we'll start with the worst news of the week. And it's only bad for us, but it's still bad news. Unfortunately, we were booked on the Carnival Miracle for October the 25th. And I'm so sad. I'm so sad. We've had to cancel that cruise. This is one of those wonderful occasions where life just wants to interfere and get in the way of my cruising life. And that unfortunately has happened. So we did have to cancel that cruise. We will have to replace it, rearrange it, move it here going forward.
Yes.
So sucks. I hate every time we have to cancel a cruise. We've only ever had to cancel. Well, this is the first one we've ever purposely canceled.
Yes.
The other ones we had some COVID cancellations, which we had no control over. But it's the first time we've ever had to come back.
The ship wasn't ready.
Yeah, the ship wasn't ready, something like that. But we've never had to come in and purposely cancel one due to life. It's life got to be getting in the way of my cruise ship. I'm in desperate need of a vacation.
Shika says, I've never been to an IKEA store. Me either. I've heard they have good Swedish meatballs, though. That's the only reason I want to go.
I went once. I'm a guy, and I'm happy to never, ever go again.
Nellie says, Shika, it's amazing that they put you through to get to the end. Yes. All stores are that way, though.
Rick, welcome to the show. Good to have you here tonight. All right, so we do have a storm brewing out in the Atlantic. Originally, I did talk about that. It was at a 40%. It is now up to a 60%. It is predicted that it is heading towards Florida and maybe up the east coast of the United States. But the current tracks do show it going right through the Caribbean. So if it does grow and continue and head in that way, you can definitely expect a little bit of cruise interference. Probably going to, if it does come to that, yeah, we'll have itinerary changes, and different things that will affect cruise lines. So,
Yes.
something to keep an eye on at least.
Connie says, I paid a TaskRabbit person to assemble my IKEA desk. It was worth every penny.
I believe it.
Sheikah said, I would be afraid. It sounds like a store my husband would love. Sheikah sounds like me. I'm not the one that likes to shop. You make it sound like I do, but I hate spending money.
Now I'm going to tell the real story. So she goes grocery shopping today. And how many times did you go back to look at the Disney shirts again and again and again?
3 times.
3 times. She hates it, but,
Hey, I walked out of there with none.
That's true. But you still went back 3 times.
I did.
So that's 3 times more shopping than I would have done, period.
Yes. It was all in the same store. It's not like I went to a different store.
I wasn't with her, so I cannot confirm or deny this. I didn't go to another store thing. So.
And I made sure to go early enough so that the other stores weren't open.
Okay. You're getting us off topic.
I do not like to shop. I remind my husband how lucky he is.
I will say this. Tiffany is not big on spending money either. So while she may window shop and browse, and believe me, she does in all of the Disney stores, all of the cruise ports, she generally walks out with very little. She mostly just likes to look. So my wallet is very, very happy. I will give her that much.
Well, that, and I'm getting at that point where
she buys shoes.
I don't.
Disney shoes.
Okay, so
lots of Disney shoes.
I finally found some Disney shoes and I have to repair. But I'm getting to the point though where I don't like dusting all of that stuff.
Your shoes?
The cute little knickknacks and
stuff
like that. I don't want to dust it.
Are we rebooking our cruise? We will at some point, but we got to kind of wait for some things. We had some work conflicts and we got to have to wait until they kind of settle down here over the next couple of weeks, see what's going to open up in our schedules, and then rebook from there.
Yeah.
I definitely want to rebook. I cannot wait all the way till May to go on a cruise. That's not going to happen. But to exactly what and when we're going to be able to rebook, that's still kind of up in the air.
Ellie says, I hope you can redo Miracle soon. And I should have got the shirt.
That's what I told her too.
Texas Cruiser. I usually grab a bottle of tequila and a couple of, I don't know what that word is, in Cozumel, and a bottle of rum in Roatan.
We still have the last bottle of tequila we grabbed. We get home and we lose interest in it. It's great. It just doesn't taste the same.
It doesn't taste the same, even though it's Mexican tequila.
It tasted great in Mexico. You get home and it's like, it's not as good.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that the atmosphere of where you are can add so much to the experience you're having. Yeah. Having a shot of tequila in Mexico is way different than having it anywhere else. A shot of rum, a little bit of rum in the Caribbean, the food you eat, the atmosphere, the smell, the location can all really enhance that one particular experience. And Tiffany's tried to recreate foods from the Caribbean, different Caribbean dishes here at the house, and they're good, and they're really damn close, but
they're not the same.
The ambiance is missing, and I think that has a lot to do with how things are perceived.
Just Cody made it. He said, hey, Chris and Tiffany, hope you're doing great.
Oh, we are chugging right along.
Yes.
Definitely chugging right along. Tiffany's been super excited the last couple of days. They have begun yesterday releasing all the new information on Disney Cruise Line's newest cruise ship, the Disney Destiny. It's going to be the villain ship.
I know. I'm excited.
You're excited for the bad guys?
Yes.
The
villains don't get the credit they need.
That's true. They don't get as much love and as much forward, I guess, venues and events and activities that.
And I think Disney's starting to realize that because they are coming out with a lot of the villains merch and stuff like that. And now they're dedicating a whole ship to it.
Whole ship to villains. So Tiffany's super excited, which means somewhere in the near distant future, I'll probably have to let her get on the Disney Destiny.
He's wanting to go too. He wants to go to the Lion King restaurant.
Apparently, I want to go to the Lion King restaurant. Who knew? Including me.
He'll be singing Hakuna Matata the whole way.
She says that now. I can annoy her to the point where she doesn't want to be in Disney anymore by singing that very song, which I did last time we were there. So,
Chris says, I love Kahlua in coffee or hot chocolate.
yeah, it's Kahlua that he put.
Yeah.
I don't know why my brain wouldn't pick that up.
The Lion King would be awesome. Yeah, they're going to do a Lion King restaurant.
Yeah, they're doing the Lion King is going to be one of the 3 rotational dining restaurants. They're going to be doing a Haunted Mansion type club on board, and they're going to be doing Corilla DeVille Piano Bar. And they'll have more stuff, of course, releasing information as that comes out. Disney likes to stretch that out a little bit and get as much run out of their suspense and anticipation as they can. And I know Disney Cruise Lines aren't for everybody, but I will swear to all, the rest of my life, they can theme the heck out of a cruise ship. Their Imagineers can really put in some special touches. So
Bajarn says, Chris says, quote, let her. He has a choice.
Facts.
Sheikah says the Lion King is awesome. Yeah, I still want to see the Broadway production of that. Nellie at Attila, I saw you on Tony Live. I said, ooh, I see you. James is here. Hello, Chris and Tiffany, and all high seas cruisers.
Well, welcome, James. Of course, James, we haven't talked to you here. I think it's been 2 weeks since we talked to James. So if you want to give us the shoulder update, the current shoulder report, how's it doing? How is physical therapy going? And how much closer are you to getting back on the cruise ships?
California Linda and Jeff say hello.
Well, hello. Welcome to the show. Everybody wants the James update. Everybody wants that, which is really, really good. The cruise news this week has been, it's been relatively quiet across the board. Mostly we've had second quarter earning reports coming out from the cruise lines. And as to be expected, the cruise lines are rolling naked across their offices in big piles of money.
Mm-hmm.
No surprise there. Cruise bookings being up, being as high as they are. Royal Caribbean reporting their average cruise ship is sailing at 108% capacity, with Icon of the Sea sailing at 132% on average recently. So they've been reporting high dollar amounts. Norwegian Cruise Lines is reporting profits, which is good for the cruise lines. That's where we're getting new ships, new, port upgrades. We're seeing places like Half Moon Keys getting a pier. We're seeing new beach clubs and new stuff like that continue to progress. And that's, of course, where they're getting all that funding from, new cruise ships orders. Good things like that.
Hello, the fun says, oh, and what a cool idea. Disney piano bar themed on Cruella de Vil. So cool.
Tiffany likes it.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say. A little more information, and I mean a little more information from Royal Caribbean out about their Discovery class of ship. So they've confirmed they are going to build a Discovery class of ship. It is going to be smaller. They haven't really specified sizes yet. We're kind of guessing roughly same sizes like Radiance of the Seas, right in that type of area. But they did put out some interesting. It's not so much that they want to build a smaller class of ship. They're really not interested in building that class of ship as far as just to make it smaller. But their smaller classes of ship are getting old. And I guess they're seeing the future. They're seeing the writing on the wall where they know their smaller cruise ships are going to retire. They're getting closer and closer to retiring these new ships, these older, smaller ships, and they need replacements for them. So it's kind of like the the reasoning that Royal Caribbean has given for the Discovery class of cruise ship is to replace an aging section of their fleet.
James says the shoulder is healing, getting better, but the physical therapy is tough. Laugh out loud, but thank you, everybody. I'm really feeling better and hoping to go back to work in October. Attila says she can be the cruise director to wreak havoc on board. Cruella is the cruise director. I was thinking more Maleficent.
That one too.
Yes.
But Disney cruise directors, to me, there's a huge night and day difference between Disney cruise directors and like cruise directors you see on Carnival. Everyone we've seen on Disney, they're very proper. They're always dressed like in their white uniforms when you see them normally. They don't get down and have fun like they do on Carnival. And I guess, maybe in my opinion, I think Disney's missing out on something by not having a little more fun with their own theming, where the cruise director can get out there and do a lot more fun things. I think that'd be a really cool thing if you had some of those very energetic Carnival cruise directors with the freedom to do stuff on board Disney ships. I think it'd turn out to be pretty wild.
Oh yeah. That actually would be awesome. Cruella as the director. Connie says that makes sense. Texas Cruiser getting a little more movement back every day. That's awesome to hear, James. And then just Cody wants to know, which cruise line is it that requires you to have a passport regardless if it's a closed loop cruise?
Virgin? Is it Virgin? The Virgin might have the passport requirement, and I'm pretty sure it's just Virgin Cruise Lines that has it as an internal policy. There's been a lot of crazy rumors that Carnival was going to go to passport only and no more birth certificate, no more kind of stuff, and all that's unfounded rumors. And I believe it's only Virgin Voyages, and they may have changed that, but that was requiring passport only, but I'd have to confirm that to be 100% sure. But I think that they did that for the ease of themselves.
Andre says, hey, everyone, how are you doing? Kimberly is here, says, hey, I'm looking at your MSC drink package video. Does the non-alcoholic package include gelato or frozen coffees?
I would honestly have to go back and look at that again. I haven't looked at that in a while. Tiffany can look up MSC's drink packages real quick. If they're non-alcoholic package, so see if you can, we will take a look and get that real quick. Yeah, I did that drink video. It's been a while since I did those drink videos, probably about a year. And a couple things have changed here or there, and I've slept a little bit since then. So, but Tiffany will check that out real quick. It's just MSC drink packages.
Yeah.
And then we'll pull that up real quick. Gelato. I have to look. The MSC's, theirs is just a little bit different than everybody else's. Normally, like on Carnival, the coffee isn't included in the Bubbles package. Carnival has only the two. But like on Royal Caribbean, there is.
So the alcohol includes non-alcoholic cocktails, fresh fruit and protein cocktails, energy drinks, soda, flavored water, bottled mineral water, wide range of hot drinks, soft serve ice cream, beverage gratuities included. The alcohol-free package can be used in our bars, self-service buffet, main restaurant, and on private islands, but not in the specialty restaurants.
Okay, but it doesn't include coffee or gelato. Mm-mm. All right, so to answer that question, no coffee and no gelato on the non-alcoholic package for MSC. A lot of them put that stuff up in the upper tier packaging there to get the frozen coffee, or they have a separate specific coffee package. Let's see. Been watching Coach Cruise and his travels with his passport issues. I did not see that. I think I saw that. Is that the one where his passport expired less than 6 months from returning to the cruise? I think that's the story you were talking about, right? And then he went and got an emergency passport, but they don't accept emergency passports to travel on.
So to answer Passport question. Regent Seven Seas Cruises, Azamara, Windstar Cruises, Silver Sea Cruises, Oceana Cruises, and Seabourn. You have to have a passport.
Okay, well, those and most of the majority of those sell more out of other places than the U.S. All right, and there is the answer to the passport question. Cruise lines like Carnival, Royal, Norwegian, that sell regularly from the United States doing closed loop cruises, they are not going to require passports until they are forced to do so. So until Customs and Border Protection comes out and says no more birth certificates, or the destinations that they're visiting require a passport, they're not going to risk running off people who don't want to get passports, because it's really amazing the number of people that just don't want to get passports in the United States. It's not as super common as it is in other countries.
Virgin is also one of them. Yes, Virgin Voyages requires that all passengers have a valid passport with an expiration date at least 6 months.
6 months. Yeah. And yeah, if you have a passport, they can technically deny you boarding if that passport is not valid for 6 months after you get back from that cruise. And oddly enough, too, the last page, depending on where you're traveling to, the last page needs to be blank in a passport. There's a couple of weird little passport rules out there, but I mean, it's something that everybody needs to be aware of. They need to know the documentation requirements. They need to know the rules and requirements for using passports, birth certificates. Well, no matter what travel document you're traveling on, you got to know. Yeah. And I feel bad for people that miss their ship. I hate that happens to them. But if you show up at the port and your passport isn't going to be correct, it isn't going to be valid, I'm sorry. Honestly, at the end of the day, you should have known. You should have checked. You should have been aware. You should have opened up your passport and known when it's going to expire. Mine expires in September of 2026. I know it. And so I know that I've got to have it replaced.
Connie did put, this is from Virgin's website. They require passports, but will make exceptions for closed loop voyages. I don't think YouTube will allow me to post a link.
Yeah, the link thing is blocked, and that's not blocked because of you guys. That is blocked so that undesirable links do not magically appear in the thing. But yeah, Virgin was. I had a feeling Virgin was, and that must have been the change, that they will make an exception.
Nellie says it doesn't take long. Haley did her renewal, and it took 3 weeks.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to get a passport renewed. Not anymore. They're back up to speed. They've gotten a lot faster at it and things like that. So, yeah, I feel bad for anybody that misses their cruise. We just did a story about a 75-year-old grandma who her and her 15-year-old granddaughter were denied boarding on the ship from Southampton to the United States because they didn't have the ESTA visa required to enter into the United States because they're citizens over in the UK. But it's a required travel document. And she thought that because her granddaughter was under 17, it wasn't required, and it is. So
Shika's making a very good point. Passports are a necessity because in case of an emergency, you will not be able to fly.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, if we're talking the law versus what is probably the best choice, passport is always the best choice. Because it covers all of your bases.
What does it cost for a passport renewal?
I'll have to look that one up. I know the new passports are like, what, 110, 120? Tiffany will have to look up what the renewal price is. I renewed 8 years ago, so I'm not 100% sure what it is now. Let's see. Yep, Tiffany's looking up that one. I should just get a passport, but I hope Carnival never changes to its passport only. Yeah, no, that's a rumor. Carnival, for whatever reason, has got a whole army of people that put out rumors about Carnival just daily. I think they purposely start rumors about Carnival just to start them One of the recent ones was that they were going to passport only, and Carnival's already come out and said, no, that's not the case.
Passport, as of June 28, 2024, the cost to renew a U.S. passport is $130 for a book and $30 for a card.
All right,
If submitted by mail.
All right, so 130 for the book and 30 for the card to get both. I personally, I like having both. I think both is a very, very good option because you can leave your passport locked in the safe on board the ship and take your passport card when you get off on shore. That's the way I like to do it. And with the passport card makes flying very, very easy because it's a passport. And so you can use it for air within the United States. Within the United States. I'm talking about just going to your airport to fly to Miami, not foreign countries. That you need the passport book, obviously.
Yeah, they're answering. James Haley said 125 with passport card, 140 for 2 days shipping, but otherwise 125 or 130, something like that. The passport requirement has more to do what the ports of call require.
Correct. Colombia, even on closed loop cruise, I know it's Colombia requires the passport if you have there. Greenland, I know, requires a passport. And even on those closed loop cruises, you will have ports that will require it, which means it'll be a passport only cruise. And that can still be closed loop sailing out of the United States. But those are port specific, like Rick said.
Passport card comes in handy for a lot of things. It's a real ID. Yeah. Connie said, yes, this time I got the passport card too. And James says, thank you.
Yeah, no, I like that passport card because when it's time to go through and just like show ID just to fly to a cruise port, boom, pull that sucker right out, get you through every single time. Passports carry a lot of weight. So, and it's a universally accepted form of ID. So, yeah, I always will highly recommend that you have both a passport and a passport card. Nothing wrong with those that want to cruise on birth certificate and driver's license, but that will never be for us. Too many horror stories. That's, one of the things that we see a lot in the cruise stories and everything when we're researching all the time is the number of, unfortunately, bad things that happen to people who don't have their passports.
CME Traveling is here. Evening, Chris and Tiffany, and High Seas Cruising.
Welcome.
Yes. Just Cody, what all do you need to apply for a passport? Just the regular information?
Yeah, there's a form. You can either print it out, you can get it at the post office, and
birth certificate.
You need your birth certificate, and then you'll need the passport picture. And you don't send a picture of your current ID in, right?
I don't
like
think
a driver's
so,
license or
but
something?
if female, I think they have to, if they're married, I had to do something with my divorce papers and my marriage certificate.
Yeah, so if you have a last name difference from what's on your birth certificate, you'll have to send in supporting documents for that.
Yeah. So
marriage certificate, divorce papers, adoption papers, whatever the case may be that would have resulted in a last name change. Or you just changed your name. You'll have to send anything to support why your birth certificate is different than.
Yeah, and your and a lot of the post office have a passport office in there. They'll help you for the most part get through, tell you what you need. They have a list, so it's pretty.
Yeah, and then you go to your Walgreens, your CVS, or something like that. Walmart, they snap your passport photos for you. Then you take the pictures and you mail it all in with the payment. And that's probably the most arcane thing. Unless it's changed from 8 years ago, it's got to be like check or money order. Because you can't do it like with card or cash or anything like that.
Yeah. It's got to be a check. You mail it in, and you have to mail in your birth certificate with it, and they mail the birth certificate back.
Right.
So
it's honestly a very easy process, but you can see the form and all of the requirements right online. And they have everything right there. You can pre-print everything too.
Yeah.
So They made it very, very easy.
John says most post offices can take the picture there too.
Ours doesn't, but that's just ours. We also live in an EEP town.
Yeah.
So.
And then just Cody said, thanks for all the information.
Oh yeah, no problem. It's a super simple process. It actually really is. It's more of a pain in the butt to drive around and get the couple things you got to get. And in this day and age, and then to find a check.
Yes.
So, a lot of people don't write checks anymore. We still have to write one check a month.
Yes.
And that's for our dog groomer. She operates her own business out of her house. We take the dogs there to get groomed, and so she either wants cash or check, and we're never carrying that much cash. So once a month, we have to write a check to the groomer. And I noticed it, and I know I'm way off topic here, but years ago, you call your bank or get online and you order checks, and they send you like 4 or 5 books of checks. And now if you get online and order the checks, you get like one.
But that one lasts us.
Yeah, now that one lasts us 2 years, but I think that's a real show too of how checks are becoming a very thing of the past. They just don't send out as many as they used to because their orders are probably way less than they ever used to be.
Yeah. Nellie says the post office mails the check to the State Department for you. Double work for everyone. And then Attila said they lost my wife's birth certificate in the mail when they were returning it.
It is still the government involved.
Yeah. So annoying, but it's the mail's fault, not theirs, I suspect.
Again, the government's involved. That's a slow turn in the wheel sometimes.
Now he says, how did they rectify the lost birth certificate?
Chances are they didn't.
They didn't go to the courthouse and get another one.
Yeah, the rectification probably was like, what birth certificate? We ain't seen no birth certificate. You must have lost it yourself. I'm getting way off track here.
Yeah, we are.
But we are talking about passports, and those are
nothing.
What birth certificate? Yep, I told you nothing. That is accurate.
You have to send your original birth certificate.
One original, or what is it? It has to either be the original or a certified one with like the raised seal on it. Mm-hmm. Just like the cruise line kind of expects, no photocopies or anything like that. So yeah, pretty much an original is what they want.
Yeah, Attila says, get a new one. Yeah, it's a pain. Bajarn says, last thing you want is the government involved in anything.
Come on now. I like my gas prices, ridiculous. Let's not get into a political discussion. We'll be all over the place for sure. We better stick to our cruising. But what else we got? So I guess some of the biggest, and I'm going to have a video out tomorrow morning, cover this a lot more in depth. There has been a lot of Carnival announcements this week. They made some changes over at Guy's Burgers. They've changed the way that they're notifying you of some maintenance on cruise ships. They are adding faster to the fun earlier for cruises through 2025, through June of 2025. And they've had to come out and tell adults, once again, please stop breaking the rules, because if you don't stop, it's just going to get worse, and we're going to make it worse on you. And then it's going to be worse on the crew. And read between the lines, in my opinion, it says, we're going to take this away from you if y'all don't quit.
Andre says, y'all pray for me. I'm getting on a flight with my 2-month-old for a cruise next Friday. Nellie says, where are you going? Andre said, Italy.
I'm excited for you, and I'm going to pray for you at the same time. Maybe you'll get lucky. You could very well get lucky, and the baby won't be affected by the change in pressurization in the airplane cabin. Fingers crossed for you that you were one of those. Otherwise, you're about to have a bad day.
Said, ooh, a long flight. Good luck.
Yeah. I mean, babies are awesome and they're great, but when their ears, and they can't pop them, and they don't know to chew gum, and they don't know to swallow to help compensate for the little pressure in their heads, and they can't communicate it. unfortunately, their reaction is to scream bloody murder until the pain stops, which could be 12 hours later. Good luck, Andre.
Andre says, no, my wife's going to, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. They're I wish you the best of luck. Tiffany gets fussy on airplanes if her ears don't pop right.
I do. But I've learned if I take a decongestant before, then I'm a lot better.
Yeah, that does that. It helps differently for different people. There are a couple tricks and stuff you could try that may help. Perhaps a decongestant might make your plane trip smoother. So
Dilly says we just go to the county office and get our birth certificates. Maybe takes like 5 minutes. It doesn't take long if you go to the office, the county office.
Pulse breaking rules. Never heard of that. Well, it's crazy because, again, it goes back to all the rumors that start on the internet. And people come on there and say, oh, you can just do it this way. Here's a cruise hack for you. They'll never check. They'll never notice. Which, of course, means that somebody's going to start asking the cruise lines over and over again, are we allowed to do this? Somebody said we're allowed to do this. And then the cruise lines got to come out and say, look, you're breaking the rules. Stop. Just stop. And how often have we seen that from Carnival recently? You know, don't tamper with the water in the rooms. No, you cannot hang your clothes all over the balcony like, you know, I don't even know what to describe it, but no, you can't hang your clothes outside. No, you can't fly your flag from the side of the cruise ship. No, you cannot yell at the naturalist on board the ship who tells you to quit feeding the seagulls in Alaska. I wish I was making any of these up. You know, no, you cannot put your swimming pool on your balcony.
Or your mattress.
No, you cannot hang things from the sea. Yeah, it goes on and on and on.
I'm still curious about the swimming pool one, though. Why didn't they get confiscated? I mean,
why did they have a swimming pool on the ship in the first place?
Put on the deck?
That's the bigger question. And we never did figure that one out.
Bajan says, for long flights, I just stay awake the night before, then I sleep for the whole flight. And Rick loves your shirt.
Yeah, I thought I would go with something obnoxiously colorful for the camera tonight. You know, I don't get to go on my cruise, so I figured I could at least look obnoxious. Plus, makes me feel like I'm in summertime mode.
Just walk outside.
No, I didn't say crematory mode. I think that's the best joke I ever saw about Texas. And this was a meme I saw on Facebook. Someone said that they were moving to Texas and asked how the weather was. And the response to it was, have you ever been cremated? And there are days where I think that's probably pretty accurate.
Yes.
I'm always cruise ready. I'm absolutely always cruise ready.
I think he has a packed suitcase hiding somewhere.
I have a go bag. I always have a go bag ready to go. It's ready to go on a cruise, though. That's the only thing. You know, what's in your bug out bag? Shorts. Hawaiian shirts. Sunscreen. And cruise ducks. The important things. You don't keep a bug out bag?
No.
No? Okay. We'll see if we get the last minute cruise deal and y'all see Tiffany here sitting by herself. Well, you know why. She wasn't ready. I did get an interesting request. I'm going to share this request. I'm not going to share any names, but I've somebody reached out who was interested in a cruise. This one's going to be an interesting one here. So their wedding anniversary, 10th
10th
wedding anniversary is on January the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to go on a cruise on January the 1st, and they want to have the captain renew their vows. Not an impossible task.
But it's her first cruise.
And it's their very first cruise. And then she said, well, I think I saw some for $189. I had to tell her. I said, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's per day,
I did.
not per cruise." That's the most interesting thing that happened to me this week, and that was today.
Have you ever been on the Carnival Dream?
We've been on the Carnival Breeze, which is the same class, but not on the actual Dream. But we've had friends that have been on the Dream,
Mm-hmm.
and they love the Dream.
Yes. And we've been on the Breeze twice, and we really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and the Breeze and the Dream are the same class. That for Carnival, in my opinion, that's an awesome class of cruise ship for them. It really, really is. Fits in just about perfect. It's not super small, so it has all the goodies on it, but it's not gigantic either. That particular class of ship, I think, is a really nice class of ship. So, and that's the Dream, the Breeze, the Magic, are all that class of ship.
Tilla says been on the Dream twice.
And the Dream's a nice ship, or the Breeze is a nice ship, and the Dream, I heard, is the same.
She thought the cruise was $189 per person.
Yeah, for New Year's cruise.
Hope to sail her in March. Attila says better ship. Just kidding, but it is decorated different from the other two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they each got their own personality.
Mm-hmm.
But just for generalized size and things like that, it's a good glass.
Andre says, what is better luggage, hard or cloth? Looking to get a new set. Ours are cloth.
Ours are cloth, and the reason we chose, and I don't know that they're better than or worse than hard-sided luggage, but the reason we go with cloth is because the porters are tossing them, kicking them, dragging them, and I keep anything super expensive and stuff out of the luggage when the porters are going to get it. So we get cloth luggage, don't spend a ton of money on it. And when the porters and the airlines are done tearing it up, we'll get a new set. But even the cloth set we've got American Tourist is the brand. We've had them 10 years, almost 10 years.
No, not that long.
It's been a long time we've had that luggage.
Yeah, I guess so. About 8 years.
About 8 years we've had that luggage, and only spent a little over $100 for it. So, and we got it because Tiffany wanted Disney luggage. So, because our luggage is Disney.
It was a Christmas present. How did I want it?
She wanted Disney luggage. Believe me, she wanted Disney luggage, so that's why we got it. But I don't know. Does anybody have a
preference?
A preference? Hard luggage, soft luggage. Ours fits perfectly in the bed, fits in the closets. If I need to squish it a little bit, I can.
The only thing I recommend is whether you get hard or soft, put something on there to identify it so that you know that it's yours. Because after being in the airport in June, everybody's got black luggage.
Yeah, there's a lot of luggage that looks the same. Whatever. Yeah, I agree with that. Whatever you get something that's distinctive to you and your personality. Even if it's just something you attach to the luggage or, a decoration on your luggage, something that's you.
Mm-hmm.
Does make it easier to find, especially if you have them take the luggage off your ship. And yeah, they put it in the row and everything. But
he's flying, and it's if wife and baby are going to Italy, they're gonna check it in, so you're gonna want to be able to find it when you.
Yes.
Attila says, James, the weather in March on that eastern itinerary is great, but sometimes blustery and maybe stormy on the way back to Galveston, but the Bahamas, fantastic. Rajarn says, duffel bag.
That works too.
I used to fly with just a duffel bag.
Oh, yeah. If I'm flying, I've tried to minimize the amount of luggage that I have to take on the airline. And I try to minimize the absolute amount of times I have to check luggage in and out because the airlines are, they're notorious. You never know if your luggage is going to make it with you to the other end sometimes.
I think we missed a question somewhere, but California Linda just Cody, yes. Send in the old passport with the application. It will be returned with the new one. Also, do not toss the old one. Some countries want to see the expired and new for visas. Good
I think
information.
we did miss something in there, but yes. But yeah, that's definitely some good advice as well. There's all kinds of just little bitty rules and stuff like that you got to keep an eye on.
We have Roxanne here. Hello from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
I don't think we have anybody.
I think that's our first Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, welcome, Roxanne.
Awesome.
Sheikah, returning from our cruise on the Jubilee, my husband's luggage had everything in it. It was soaked. This happens on the plane. He decided to buy a waterproof set.
How did his luggage get soaked? Did they drop it in the water?
Maybe something leaked on it from underneath the plane.
Oh yeah. But on cruise ships, occasionally they go in the drink.
Alien said your shirt is fire.
Thank you. It's Walmart special.
No, it's not.
Yes.
That says Bahamas. You got that in the Bahamas.
Are you sure?
Yes, I
It's
remember.
not my Walmart one?
No, I remember when you got that one.
Oh. Well, unfortunately, I've seen like 8,500 other cruisers wearing the shirt at one point in time. I think it was a Bahama special one time.
James says all my luggage is hard case and never had damage to it or stuff in it.
So there's a good vote for hard-sided luggage.
Yes. Does the cruise line offer bassinets?
I think we have to look that one up.
Cruise line.
Just do it in general. And check cribs. That's a good one. I think there might be cribs. We'll have to see. That's actually a really good question.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, a bright orange wrap around your handle. Yep, something that just makes you go, yep, that's me. Because a lot of times people just go into a store and, they buy a set of luggage, and a lot of people get neutral colors, the blacks, the blues, the browns, the grays, the tans, something like that. And just like this shirt, I've seen hundreds of people wearing the same shirt on cruise ships. Luggage is no different.
So, yes, you can request when you're making your reservations, you can request that a crib be put in your stateroom.
Does it say any particular cruise line or just in general?
Just in general.
Right. So if you're booking a cruise,
well, that's Carnival.
That's Carnival.
Yeah.
Majority of them are
Disney
probably
does.
similar. You'll have special requests, special instructions that you can get cribs put in the room. So I would definitely reach out before you get on the ship, though. Put it in the special instructions, reach out to the actual cruise line and confirm that they've got it and they are able to fulfill that request. So, because especially if you're flying to Italy to get on a cruise, obviously some of the easier stuff that you could take with you on a ship, you're not going to fly with it.
According to this, though, most of the cruises offer like the portable cribs, the pack and plays and stuff like that. So.
Okay. So hopefully that answers your question that yes, there are options to get some of that stuff on board cruise ships.
I think 6-month-old babies are the age limit for Carnival. Real babies, not adult babies. There's plenty of those.
Plenty of adult babies on all the cruise lines.
California Linda, yes, some of the bulkhead rows do have bassinets on the planes. Contact your guest services for a crib or invest in a folding box type bassinet. Saw a lady in Miami airport with a pink teddy bear on her handle. Easy to find, so that one. To find that one. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, some of the then they may seem, requests that you don't think about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A crib, a bassinet, some little things like that that are available on cruise ships. They're just not real common because, parents ask about them occasionally, but they're not complaining about it every other day. So it's not high, I guess, high in the priority of common things.
Yeah.
You know, they're not crying on there every day. Why does not every cabin on the ship have a fan in it? Why do I not have a personally assigned crew member to wave leaves at me while they feed me grapes in my stateroom? What? I only asked that question once, okay?
And then Frequency said, man, baby, checking in right here. Sheikah says, sorry, I heard airline. Yes, cruise lines do. Cruise lines do have them.
So I can't get a crew member to fan me and feed me grapes?
No.
Why?
They have better things to do.
But I'm diamond and platinum.
Let me know when you're triple diamond.
Triple diamond. Then I get...
Maybe.
Is that... I'm not going to say it because that'll appear on Facebook tomorrow. We'll say that's part of the new Carnival loyalty program. Get your own personal route. No, that'll appear on Facebook tomorrow. Chris said...
Our suitcases are Samsonite red with green olives the size of softballs. I like that.
That puts a picture in my mind that we will not discuss in this for live. What? You thought it too.
So what else we got going on?
Not much.
Or cruise-wise.
Oh. Most of it's just been a whole bunch of crying and a little bit of changes here and there. Waiting to see what the storm is going to do, to see if and when that is going to affect any upcoming cruises.
James says, I have decided to drive before flying anymore. Airline's just too much of a hassle.
That's why when we're going to Florida in May, we are driving for that very reason. I would rather sit in the car than get on an airplane these days. I don't have to fight nobody to get in the seat. I know which seat is mine, and I can come and go from that seat. If I need to stop, I stop. Eat what I want, eat when I want. And yeah, you just don't have to deal with the hassle. You know, if I have to stop the vehicle and, deplane the truck because Tiffany's, acting up to turn her over to security, it's just one person I have to deal with. Yeah.
California Linda says, when you see us on the group cruise, you will notice the safety light dogs on our luggage. An easy fix with a cookie cutter and reflective tape. Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of little easy solutions. Tiffany has Disney tags sticking off of hers.
I just have one keychain. I'm grumpy.
Per handle.
There's only one handle.
There's like 4. Okay. One of these days I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna take pictures of your truck.
There's nothing wrong with my truck.
For those that know what cutie cuffs are, okay, she has them all, and they are all attached. Attached to something in her truck. Do not let her lie. I will take pictures and post them.
I have like 8 of them.
I will post. You know what I did see this week? This is completely the other direction. If you like Guy's Burgers, I saw Guy Fieri donkey sauce in Walmart the other day.
Yes.
I did not know they were carrying donkey sauce.
Yes.
The burger probably won't taste the same, but if you want to squirt a donkey sauce on your next barbecue burger to kind of make you feel like you're cruising, you can't get that at Walmart.
Yes. Andre says, group cruise news. Still waiting.
Still waiting. The 2026 itineraries will be released approximately sometime in autumn. Officially from Carnival Cruise Lines. It's really fun. It is amazed. I'm telling you, guys want to just see some wild stuff for those that don't already do it. You go over in the morning to John Heald's page on Facebook if you have Facebook. And every morning he puts a post on there that says, put your comments and questions below, and that's where he answers everything from. You could open that up and read through the comments. Like if you go read yesterday's, I guarantee you will see a minimum of 5 times where he is asked about when the next cruises are coming out. He will be asked a minimum of 5 times why there's not a non-alcoholic package in their drink packages. He answers and this is daily. Every single day he has to answer. And of course, 500 things, begging for free stuff, but that's normal too.
Chris, how much does cruise parking cost there in Galveston?
You're gonna get me lying.
It kind of depends. Wasn't it 18?
No, it's gone up.
19?
$19 per day, roughly for both the Carnival side and the
Royal
Caribbean side. And that's for general parking. They have some VIP parking, some upfront closer parking, some cruise terminal parking that runs $22 and $23 per day. So 19-ish is average in Galveston.
Nellie says, depends on where you park. Albeit, I am not Chris.
But that is actually a truthful answer. Let me rephrase that, because that's actually very accurate. We use the Port of Galveston cruise parking. So we park in just the general cruise parking. There are other options that you can park around, and prices will vary depending on what you pick.
Can even park at
inside
your hotel.
Yeah, some hotels, but there's parking garages, indoor parking, things like that can vary a little bit. I am talking purely for just the general cruise parking, which is what we do.
Rick says port parking, indoor parking is $135 for a week, and that's indoor parking. Sheikah says I have bright colored luggage and even add brighter ribbons.
I like it.
Me too. James says, okay, cool. Yeah, that's about what I was thinking. Attila says $10 or $20 off discount for Port of Galveston.
Right. And Attila's very right about that. So, James, if you're actually going to drive to Galveston, go over on Galveston Wharves. You can just look up Port of Galveston and sign up with them over there. The benefit is that once you give them your email address, they will regularly send you discount codes for parking. And then you prepay your parking online before you ever get there. Print off your thing, and you just drive right in and park. But they will send you parking discount codes 2 or 3 times a month. I constantly have a discount code for parking in Galveston, and it's only $5-10 off, whatever the case. But $5 or $10 is $5 or $10.
That's money I can give to the porter for taking my luggage.
There you go.
She says that is inexpensive parking. We paid $27, I believe. This was the Long Beach Pier.
Yeah, when you go California, or if you go some of the other directions along the East Coast, Northeast side, you're going to pay more than what we pay here in Texas. And I guess I'm thankful that ours is not quite as bad as some of the other ones. Dang it. Sorry, y'all.
Attila says, yes, do that. Sign up and prepay and get their code.
Yeah, because they constantly send out the codes down there for different parking. And you can select, they give you all kinds of options, and they know. Because you'll put in your cruise ship and your date, and they're like, oh, you want 7-day parking. You need 9-day parking, 4-day parking. Boom, and they just pop you the price right then and there and give you a QR code, and you're good.
Yeah. James says, thank you, Chris. Yeah, I decided to make the 15-hour drive instead of flying.
I don't blame you. I do not blame you at all.
No, you can find some cool stuff and go on some neat adventures on your way down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you do like last time and you get there, 2 days ahead of time, you got transportation to kind of explore a little bit. And there's some cool stuff to see just in Galveston. So
Nellie says, I am paying $27 to be covered across the street at the RC side. We did have a $20 promo that was for Jubilee, but they still allowed to use.
Yeah, Galveston Wharves is they're just cool about that down there. They're not super stingy about it.
Yeah.
At all. And then, yeah, because you could book the Royal side, the Carnival, Norwegian side, all from there. And I'm sure once MSC gets their stuff going, it's going to be Galveston Wharfs owned. So you'll be able to do it all from one website. So they're good people as far as taking care of everything. And it's real nice. They are fenced in. They do run law enforcement and stuff does go through those parking garages, does keep an eye on those parked vehicles and things like that. They don't want bad press.
No. And
they don't want people to park anywhere else. They make a ton of money off of that parking.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I mean, we figure, all the cruise ships pay their fees to be there. And then they're using the the terminals, and then the number of ships that are in and out of there, thousands and thousands of people parking, all paying $19-20 a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much year round cruising. They're rolling that money in. They don't want that cash cow to stop.
No.
And honestly, it's super easy. It's convenient. The shuttle buses are, and they run the free shuttle services between the cruise ports and the parking. There's always enough. They are quick. They are fast. They are moving those things through. You got that down to a nice size down there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's one of.
Because as if the group decides to cruise from
Dun, dun, dun. My hope for the cruise, for the group cruise, unless we find something really awesome, I think we're probably going to be shooting for Canaveral.
Pier 16 MSC terminal will have a parking garage next to the terminal.
Mm-hmm. I've seen some of the maps. They're going to have the parking garage, and then they're going to have regular parking lot parking too. From the last map I saw, depending on how accurate that thing was. Sometimes the renderings.
Galveston. We should fly in a couple of days early.
Don't twist my arm and make me go on vacation earlier. That's crazy.
Yeah, that could be fun. Actually, after flying on last cruise out of Galveston, I figure it up and it will be cheaper because I had to fly into Houston and get transfers and back. So I will drive. Plus, I have no problem driving.
I don't really either. I just like the ability to kind of get there when I want to get there, leave when I want to leave, and kind of be on my own schedule. I always leave super early anyway. I'm guaranteed to get wherever we're going hours, if not days ahead of time. So
yeah, we've been known to do that. Another Galveston tip: in March or February, be aware of Mardi Gras. Galveston gets very crowded and they close streets on the big weekend before, and it affects the traffic coming into port. Very good tip.
Yes, very, very good tip. There are some events in Galveston you definitely want to avoid the best you can.
Just Cody says, I love the Port of Galveston the most, but will drive to any port, really.
No, yeah, me too. I said Galveston, they're coming a long way. But for the group cruise, it's really honestly going to depend on what they're going to put out for available cruises there in the fall of 2026. Are we going to get something as good leaving Galveston as we're going to get out of leaving Florida? That's not going to be so long that some people can't go.
Yeah, but we'll put it out there for y'all to decide.
Right, because I'm sure there'll be Journeys cruises available out of Galveston. There currently are, but those are 12, 14-day cruises sometimes to get good spots over in the Eastern Caribbean. And if we end up wanting to do, like I said, the one I was kind of looking at was like Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, one of those type of cruises. Getting that out of Galveston would be a lot more difficult. Not impossible, though. Yeah. Who knows what they're going to put out for 2026? Maybe a compromise, maybe something at a Mobile.
Yeah. James is just thinking, Attila. Nellie says Texas Cruiser probably has tons of Galveston tips. He's royalty there.
He does know some people that,
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. We like having Rick here because for that exact reason. He is an expert on that area and everything like that. So
we had a lot of fun talking to him last week.
Yeah, and for everybody that got to be here last week with Rick on the show, he's very knowledgeable, man, and very knowledgeable on the stuff that goes on, particularly in that area. So very good source of information.
Yes.
Not gonna lie.
But we probably need to wrap it up because we're going to lose our wrestling people.
Yeah, we're coming there. Where are we at there? Yeah, Jane. Okay. So I do think we will get ready to wrap it up here for this week. Since it is the last day of July, you believe it or not, when we come back, it is going to be August.
Yay.
Yeah, but August is usually the hottest time.
Yes, but then we get through August, and then we're starting into fall, which means 95 instead of 105. So it's something to look forward to.
the air conditioner quits wheezing and whining out in the backyard.
Yes.
So, but we want to thank everybody for being here. Like always, just come out here and say we end up talking about all kinds of crazy. We're off on luggage and cribs, but we answered some questions tonight.
We did answer some questions. We answered some very good questions.
That's right. Tiffany loves Disney. It's all inside her truck. She has 6 pairs of Disney shoes, and it's loony as a tune. Answered them all.
Bajarn says, great show. Nellie says, have a great night. Happy August. We are 31 days until Mariner. Have a great week. Oh, I'm excited for you.
I was looking at Mariner as possibly a replacement for not being able to go on the Miracle. I do have a thing for wanting to try the Mariner.
Yes. California Linda says, have a good week, everyone. See you next week. Sheikah said, yes, I was sorry. I missed the live last week.
Oh, that's not a problem. Rick was we had the pleasure of having Rick on as our very first cruise guest ever.
Yes.
And that was really, really cool. But it's probably not gonna be the last time I want to do something like that. So we're gonna work on possibly finding some others that may want to come on board the show with us, talk about cruising, and possibly in the future even have Rick come back on and share some of the more new and current information going on.
Yes. Definitely.
So makes for a time. But yeah, let's get off of here. Let everybody get to their wrestling that needs to get to their wrestling. For those that are new to the show, we have wrestling fans in here, and we want to make sure we get them to where they need to be on time.
Sheikah says, have a great week, everyone. Stay cool.
We're going to do our best. But thank you, everybody, for being here. And, of course, like always,
we'll see you out on the high seas.
Good night, everybody.